Hey, welcome back to the Smoking DJ. Today's video is going to be another grilling video. We're going to go ahead and grill some beef loin New York steaks. So we're going to do some New York steaks, big thick suckers. We actually just got these from delivered from Costco. So it says here they're about 2.94, so 3 pounds. So each one of these is about a pound. Big, beautiful steaks here. Just got them. Delivered this morning. Took them out about 30 minutes ago. Get them nice and soft. So we'll open this up in a bit. Get them prepped. We're going to grill them outside. But prior to that, we're going to start off with our potatoes because we're going to have steak and potatoes. The wife's going to be working on some spinach, a cream spinach that she's going to work on. It's going to be a simple mixture of spinach with some heavy cream and spices, etc. So we already washed these potatoes, so all you got to do is make sure you wash them nice and clean. One of them should dry a little bit. That's why we pre-washed them. And actually, there's still a little bit of water in here, so I want to make sure that's empty. But we got our potatoes. Good practice with the potatoes for them to go through and cook well is grab a fork. I'm going to grab these and just poke them a bit. And the purpose of that is so that the steam and come out nice and soft. So you're going to poke them all around. Watch your fingers, please. Be careful, especially if you don't have the best coordination. You don't have to go too deep. Just a quick poke. Quick poke. Very simple to do. Very good. And then what we're going to do is olive oil. You refill that sucker. So we're going to go ahead and put the olive oil on here. Put them on all of them here. There we go. Beautiful. Look at that. Just enough for all 3 of them. Gotta refill it. So we want to make sure that you coat the potato just like so. Look at that. Nice and shiny. Oil all around. Same thing. Here you go. That's nice right there. So you want to coat the potatoes with the olive oil, and then simple black pepper, salt, and then we'll wrap them up. Let me go to the wash my hands of this oil real quick. And while we are doing this, we want to go ahead and start the oven off, preheat it. You're going to preheat the oven, get it up to 375. We're going to put the potatoes in there for about 50 minutes to an hour. I love baked potatoes, so it's going to be, I'm going to get mine fully loaded. So it's going to have your sour cream, it's going to have butter, it's going to have some cheese, some bacon bits, so it's going to be dolled up very nice. With the olive oil and then with the salt and pepper, it'll give it a nice crispy skin. Until late, my kiddos didn't really like the baked potatoes, but this past weekend, our good neighbors, Mr. Travieso, and Ashley, Conchita, they ended up making some potatoes. They shared with us, and the kids loved them. So we decided to go ahead and give it a shot, see if they like ours here at our household. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and do some cracked pepper. And again, don't be shy. I mean, that's one thing about cooking with the salt and pepper. You don't want to be shy. You want to make sure that you coat it, especially the meat, right? When we get to the meat part, some people say, oh no, it's going to be too salty. You can't. Well, you can, right? But you just be very plentiful with the salt. You want to make sure that you have enough salt on the steak itself. And don't forget to, you're not just going to go ahead and season one side. You got to go all around on any food that you're making. All right, salt, pepper on your steak, salt, pepper on your potatoes. There we go. Same thing, the sea salt from our buddies there at Trader Joe's. So we'll do this one on top first. We'll get this sucker nice and coated. And you see how once you put the oil on there, let it go through and stick around. And I have pre-cut sheets of aluminum foil. Go through and wrap this baby up. You want to make sure that it's nice and tight so that the heat gets in there. One potato down. Same thing, look at that. Look at that coating. Beautiful. And the last one. There we go. Check that out. Nice. So you want to go ahead and I'm going to put them in this pan here. Down here. So we got 1, 2, and then put a potato. So as soon as I put these in, we're going to move on to our steaks. Again, we're going to do some New York steaks. We're going to prep them here. I'm going to let them sit with the just salt and pepper. A lot of people like to put some Montreal on there, seasoning, different type of seasoning. To each their own. My steaks I like to keep simple, especially in New York. It's such a good piece of steak. I'm just going to put salt, pepper, a little bit of the oil. I have it actually on my spritzer here, so I'm going to put that on there and then let it sit for a little bit, let it take onto the steak, and then take them outside and grill them. So let me put these into the oven. Beautiful. And now let's go through and change location. There we go. So we have my steak here. Since I already got this dirty, I might as well just use this to cut this open. Oh yeah. Check out these steaks. Look at that. That's a nice steak. Nice and thick. Beautiful. And again, they're about £1 each. See that? You don't need all that extra one right there. Put this over here. Now with my steaks, the first thing I like to do is the actual salt itself. So we're going to grab our sea salt. And again, do not be shy with the sea salt. Just go all around. Make sure you coat everything. Go on the side here as well. Get some of this fat. I like to leave the fat on. Just because when it's on the grill itself, it'll start melting down. It holds that flavor on the inside cap, right? On the inside of the fat of the meat here. The fat will hold some of those juices. Make it delicious. Alright, so we've got the salt on there. Now maybe some pepper. Okay. And we're going to turn it around. Cool. There we go. We're going to start smoking the other side now. And same thing, we did the fat, let's do the the open side of the meat here, just like so. There we go. That simple, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let these sit here for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, make sure that it soaks up the salt and pepper that we put on there. You know what, I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of this deal. There we go. Beautiful. And we'll let the actual potatoes cook right now for a little bit, and then I'll show you guys. Also working on the spinach. We're gonna have some cream spinach right now, so working on dicing that up a little bit. That'll be the second side plate. So we'll let this sit for about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll continue. All right. We've let the steak sit down for about 35-40 minutes. I just want to make sure that they grabbed it real good. They're super soft. They're ready to go on the grill. We got the grill already warmed up. Now here we're going to go ahead and start off with our first steak here. Whoa, look at that. There we go. Here. Oh, look at that. Let's cross it up. Yes, sir. Once the steak's all facing the same way, to look prettier. There we go. We got the steaks on here. We got the fire underneath it. We already got our creamed spinach, and the potatoes are going to be coming out shortly as well. Got this loud ass mutt behind me. Sorry about that. But we're going to go ahead and fire these up. I got them at medium temperature right now, just to go ahead and put out the grill marks. Flip them over. You don't want to flip them over too often. You want to leave them on here. I'm going to cook mine for about 6 minutes aside right now, and then do the cross. You'll see what I'm talking about once I pull them over, or I flip them over. So right now we got the lines going this way, and then I'm going to flip these over, and then we'll flip them over, and then we'll cross them up going the opposite way, and that'll give it a nice steakhouse look. So again, using my Captain Cook grill. It's a nice grill. Had it for a couple of years now, and we'll get back to it in a couple minutes. All right, so we just flipped over our first one. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks so good. Another second steak there. The big daddy right here. Beautiful. So again, just left it on here for a couple minutes, 2-3 minutes. I like to close the lid right afterwards in order for the heat to stay in there and kind of keep it warm on both sides. So it's running at just under 400. That's because I have all the burners on, but you guys don't need to have a 5 burner. I just like to go ahead and keep it nice and warm all around in order for it to cook correctly. So I'll open this back up real quick. So what we're going to do, like I mentioned, we got the lines going this way. Once I flip it over, back over a couple minutes, then I'm going to go ahead and put the steaks facing this way, and that'll give it a nice cross check that you like to see on steaks at Steakhouse. So let's see, here's what we're going to do. Look at that. See, look at this, that's fat right here. And sorry guys, it got a little dark, and so I'm cooking under lights right now. Here we go. So we'll be back in about, I'm gonna say another minute and a half or so, and then we'll flip it over. All right, so it's been about a minute and a half or so. So now what I'm gonna do, again, the lines are going this way, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and cross this puppy up, turn them up this way. See, that's the bottom side. Okay, this way. They're going this way. They're going this way. This is one of the last things. I should have let it sit there a little bit longer, but we are getting short on time here, so just want to go ahead and show you how you have to get it done. Plus, I also don't want the meat to overcook. So we'll leave that on there for a couple minutes. Same thing, just slap it down, slap down. There we go. All right, so it's been about 2.5, 3 minutes. So now we're going to go ahead and flip this side over. You got some of the cross check there. Oh yeah. Flip this baby over this way. Got some of that mark there, mark there. So again, this one was one of the last ones that I flipped. So. And the fire is a little bit lower here compared to this side. I like mine a little bit more medium. The kiddos are more medium well. But you guys will see, it'll go through, and once I cut them, I was in about 10 minutes or so, you guys will see the difference in the steaks as well. See, there's some of that fat right there burning, which is awesome. That's all flavor. It's all flavor there. So, all right, so we'll just let it cook for another 2-3 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is pull them off. We're going to let them sit for about 10. Let the juices redistribute throughout the steak itself. Get my steak knives, cut them out, and serve them up. The potatoes are being pulled out right now. So we're going to start plating as well. So we'll show you guys the end result. Cool, so now we're about to go ahead and take these off the grill. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with this one. What I like to do, one of the last steps is grab it. Look at that nice good char, right? Front and back. Set that down. Beautiful. Look at this fat right here. That's so great. Anything back here, it's all fat. So that'll spark it up real nice. Look at that. All right. Beautiful. Look at that. Woo-wee. Put this one up over there. This is nice. Okay. I mean, you guys can see, I mean, the flexibility of it still just fantastic. Let me turn these sideways. There we go. And like always, cleaning is not the funnest part, but we got to get it done. Not as messy as the honey steak that we did the other day. The flat meat, but still out there. Oh, look at that. Little piece of fat came back here. Don't want to leave that in there, so we'll take that out. But gonna take them upstairs. We're gonna go through and cut them up, set up the plate, and then serve it, and then show you how they look. All right, y'all. So we're back in the kitchen here. I'm gonna go ahead and set up this. Yeah, right, there we go. We're gonna grab the first steak. Boom. There we go. Look at that. Nice. Look at that fat. There we go. I'm going to cut off the edge here. So, again, the kids like it a little bit more medium well than medium. Look at that. Beautiful piece. So we're going to go through and cut all the way through. I actually want to try theirs. I want to give theirs a little nibble here on the edge. I like the edges of the meat. Now the edges of the meat are going to be a little bit more dry than the middle, but you can see it's still pink. Look at that, super juicy. We let the juices redistribute into the steak itself, and let's give it a try. Oh man, the salt, delicious. The pepper, delicious. Wow, that's really good. Put this on the kids' plate for now. Alright, we're going to move on to steak number 2. Here we go. Take off some of that fat. And again, some of you guys can go through, and if you want, you can cut the fat out. I don't like to, because when you bite it in such a small amount, it holds that flavor in. Right, and I'll show you guys right now. Let me get this. That right there, you want to get rid of, because that's just straight fat. But see, same thing. I mean, look at that. Okay, I'll grab this piece here. So see, nice and juicy. See, there's that piece of fat right there that we left, the cap, right? I mean, you can just grab that. It has all that flavor, which is delicious. We're getting this steak number 2 for the kiddos. We're going to continue cutting it. There we go. So what I'm going to do is, I set these two, steak number 1. I'm going to set this little piece here, steak number 2. And then this is all meat too. Eat that later. And let me go ahead and put this on the plate. And now, what I'm going to do is continue on to my steak here. Very good. So again, this excess fat here, we can cut that off here. And we'll start cutting this one out. Same thing, gonna grab one from the middle here. Look at that. Nice, juicy, right? Again, there was the fat that was left behind. You guys can eat that. Some people like to, some don't. I love it. It holds a lot of juice, a lot of flavor, all that seasoning on there. Oh yeah. This is the one I put more pepper on, because I knew I was gonna eat it. And nothing crazy. Again, just salt, pepper. Salt, pepper, little oil. Keeps it nice and moist, flavorful. Delicious. And now I'm going to go ahead and serve these suckers. Okay, look at that's a little bit more. Yeah, that's a little bit more red there. Good stuff. Let's see here. So we'll compare it. That was the first steak that we cut. The second steak. And a third steak, the one I'm going to be eating. And that one's a little bit more pink. Again, these are the ends. Nice and soft. I mean, you can see just the juice is coming off. Super flavorful. Real good to eat. Whoa, almost lost them. And I'll show you guys here. Let me just wash my hands real quick. Show you guys right here. Not the most, the best plating, but you guys can see there's the potatoes, the cumin spinach, right? There we go. So we're going to enjoy dinner. Thank you guys. Leave some comments if you guys want. Subscribe. Share with your friends. Again, Smoking DJ working off the grill today. Trying to give you guys different options for those people that don't have smokers. So until next time, eat well.